Okay guys, trying to get this sorted out here with the light and in this table here in the room. So what I've got here is I've got the final revision of my winter belt kit, aka load bearing equipment. Alright. So I told you guys at one point, I said that I like the old school war belt with the metal buckle, and there's two reasons for that. One is that if you're wearing it in garrison, you know, it doesn't have to be too comfortable or anything. It just has to be look tight when you're wearing it. You know, it has to look sharp. You know, when you're in garrison, you're going to have all your kit looking sharp. Everything's going to look in its place and so on. You could do that, all right? It doesn't have to be too comfortable. You just have to look smart for, you know, inspections and things like that, right? But in the field, if you can use it in the field in a different way. The new stuff, as I told you before, I got a newer one that had the plastic side release buckle already on it, which I was glad to get. It was pretty darn reasonable. It was new old stock from the U.S. Marine Corps, and it goes really good with my my spring summer kit, okay, with the tiger stripe stuff. But in the winter time, you got to have more flexibility. Another thing too is in the winter time, the cold can affect certain types of plastics. Now, these plastics that I have used here in this situation, they are designed for the military. They're very compliant, so they're going to be better than your just off-the-shelf Walmart crap. Anyway, so I'm going to show you how to utilize the metal cartridge belt, aka war belt, in this type of situation where you outfitted it with a PALS belt over the top, right? So what you do is you want to take up all the slack in the war belt, and then you want to have the metal bits right here just outside of this opening, okay? And that's on both sides there. And then you take this 2-inch flat webbing, and you want it long, right? You want it long, because this is winter kit. This is winter setup, right? So, if you need to outfit the Michelin Man, you can. Depending on how cold it is and how long you're going to be out, you're going to be wearing different kit, right? So you want a nice 2-inch flat webbing, very compliant, coyote brown. So you want to get a nice long length, and then you can adjust it however you want, right? So the way you do this, the way you attach this, is you get these tri-glides, alright? Now this is a very compliant tri-glide, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this one off so that you can see what I'm talking about, alright? So I didn't sew this end up. Okay, I'm going to do that on both sides. I didn't sew that end up, but I'm going to, just so I can put some grab handles on there if I need it, because you're wearing gloves, right? Alright, so the bitter end of this is tucked back in there. Alright, so that's just cut off and hit with the lighter. Alright, keep it from unraveling. Now this tri-glide is the secret here. Okay, the tri-glide is the secret. So you want to go ahead undo this tri-glide. And this allows you to attach to that metal bit. Alright? You see that? You see? That's what you're doing. You're attaching to that metal buckle end. Okay? And since it's back in there, and you should have put military tan tape around all that metal crap right there, and then it's all nice and quiet, right? And then you put that on there, and then you just adjust it up, okay? Adjust it up to where it's snug there, right? You want that snug on there. Put that back through there. If your fingers work better than mine, you're in good shape. Alright, so as you can see, I got that adjusted snug on there. Okay, now I'm gonna pinch that center bit there, so it's not slipping and sliding and loosening up too much, right? I pinch that, and I open up this back area the best I can, and then I'm gonna pull it through there. All right. Now that's on the metal end of that buckle. And then you're going to take your bitter end and you're going to stuff it back in. Stuff it back into your belt. Usually you want to just take a bit of wire and push it up in there. Alright? And that's it. Now this is the way that I like my war belt for winter configuration, because I can adjust it if I'm wearing it over anything, layers and so on. If I need it to be that way, then I could do so. I get plenty of webbing. I got plenty of webbing here to do what I need to do. Alright, so when you get that back up in there, that's the way it looks, nice and tidy, and then you can go about your business. And I was telling one of the big surplus dealer guys that I take these 9mm pouches and I use them. You could use these either for your Swiss Army knife or for your multi-tool, right? So on this one I got Swiss Army knife. Set that aside. So what I do is I take this flap and I fold it and then I sew it. So basically I put the knife in there, figure out how much of that slack I want to take out, and then I fold it, okay, and then I sew that much slack. You see that? So it's there, up, down, straight. So I sewed that slack. And now when I fold it over, the slack's all taken out, and you just see the sewing there. Alright? That's all you got to do. And that makes it nice and tidy. Got to get all my stuff out of my Tiger Stripe spring summer kit, put it in this autumn winter kit now. But I went to this GP pouch. This is a submachine gun pouch, or a light machine gun pouch. So in this light machine gun pouch, I got a ditty bag here, and this is a British Army Basha bag, which everybody just takes it out and then uses the bag for something else, right? That's standard, the way, you know, people generally do it. Anyway, these are great bags. I wouldn't mind having a few more of these. But I I got this one desert, and then I got a couple of DPMs. Anyway, so you put all of your ditty bag, and you put your ditty bag in there, and then you put all of your, you know, general purpose stuff, your extra batteries and all that jazz, and put that in there, and that keeps it all nice and tidy. And then any leftover space up here on top, you can put your head torch, whatnot, if you want when you're not using it. Just click it down and done. These are paste beads. I got these from Ranger Joe. They were black and green. Paracord. So you go to Ranger Joe, and then you could just camo these up the way you want. Right. So I got these at the tan and brown camo. That's what I've got here. And I did this myself. In the summertime, I went outside when it was hot, and I just moved them in different spaces, different places, and painted here and painted there, and that's what you get, you know. And if it wears off a little bit, like over here, this is an olive green mag pouch. It wore off a little bit here, okay, but that's all right. You know, you don't have to immediately get out the rattle can and spray that down, because that's just extra camo. So it doesn't look, it has no distinct shape, so that will blend in even though it's slightly different with the olive green, right? Anyway, so these are just on here for now. Those would normally go on my cami top, right? So I just like to go ahead and do that number there, and then shove her down in. And I always put a lanyard on my stuff like this. You know, I've been up in the mountains and precarious places where if you drop it, it's gone. You know, you're not going to be able to search around down on the ground for it because you're 500 feet off the deck. You know what I mean? So I took to lanyards a long time ago. Anyway, so we got the general purpose pouch there for all your knickknacks, med pouch, blowout pouch, whatever you like to call it. Here is my canteen pouch. Inside there is a canteen stand for cooking over trioxane and Esbit cubes and whatnot, right? Then of course you got the butt pack with two side pouches there. Another canteen pouch. Incidentally, I don't drink out of my canteens on my web kit. Alright, I don't drink out of those. I consider those like my emergency water. If I get away from my main stuff. So if I have the patrol pack I got, you know, I got a bladder bag with a hose, and then I have extra water down inside in the bottom, right? Then there's my combat knife pouch, which just needs to be populated, and then two mag pouches. So there we go. Alright, so you got your power bar pouches here, and these are Alice, right? But I have these tied back in a certain way, and I'm going to go over that at some point for you on a video, okay? And I will show you how to tie all this in. So, and the grenade wings are tied back because I don't need them at this point. Huh. Alright guys. Gonna be 15 minutes. Catch you later.